All right, boys and girls, I'm going to go through this slide deck with you on combining sentences. This is just the title page. All right. Before we work on combining sentences, let's review what makes a complete sentence. So remember, a sentence must have a subject, a who or a what, and then a verb. What are they doing? These are the two things that a sentence must always have. A sentence can be 2 words. Okay, the most simple sentence needs at least 2 things, a subject and a verb. Okay, this just states a subject answers the question who or what, does or is something, and a verb answers the question what are they doing and what did they do. So you must be able to answer those 2 questions in order to have a complete sentence. This is very, very important. Okay, you need to always remember when you're writing sentences, you have to ask yourself, do I have a who or a what, and are they doing something? Read the sentence below and then think about the meaning. So we're just going to kind of look at this sentence. It's just a little old house full of books, and Miss Franny is in charge of them all. Okay, so picture that in your head. A house full of books, and one person is in charge of them all, kind of like a library. What do you notice about this sentence? So I noticed that there is this capital letter. I noticed there's a period. I noticed a comma right here, and I noticed this and. And I'm wondering why. Might be wondering why this comma and this and are here. Okay, and that's what you're going to learn in this lesson is that when you have 2 ideas, you can join them with a comma and a conjunction. So you have a complete sentence, it's just a little old house full of books. And you have another complete sentence, Miss Franny is in charge of them all. These are independent clauses. When you have 2 independent clauses and you want to stick them together, that is when we use this comma and this conjunction, or this word and. Okay, this one just says, can you see how the writer chose the pattern of combining 2 complete sentences? So here's our first complete sentence. It's just a little house full of books. Here's our second sentence, Miss Franny is in charge of them all. What you're going to see is the reason these are complete sentences is because you have a who or a what here, and you have what they did or what they are. A little old house is full of books. Mrs. Franny is the who or what here, is in charge of them all, is what are they or what did they do. Okay. Subject, verb, subject, verb. All right. A conjunction connects words and ideas. Examples of conjunctions are the words and, or, and but. Sometimes conjunctions are known as fanboys. There are actually 7 conjunctions that you will learn through this presentation. Okay. Those conjunctions are the words that you will use to glue your sentences together. Okay. And we also have to insert that comma in there. So this is the same sentence we just looked at earlier. It's just showing you, the purple shows you the complete sentences. This shows you the comma and the conjunction. Here is a video that you can watch. It will explain conjunctions and compound sentences. It's a really good video. There's your conjunction in red with your comma. That's our glue. The glues our 2 sentences together. This is important. I use a comma and a fanboy to join 2 sentences. So this is your structure. You're going to have one sentence, put your comma, your conjunction. It doesn't have to be and. It can be for, and, nor, but, or, yet. And so we actually have fanboys. And then we have another sentence after that. Here are your fanboys, your conjunctions that you can use to glue sentences together. Okay. Up here at the top, we have for, and, nor, but, or, yet. So, and these posters tell why you use them. For example, you use for if you're connecting a solution with the problem. You use and to connect 2 ideas that go together, and then you can read the rest of these. The video that you watched in the slide before is also has some great ways that you can use these and the proper way to use them. But these, boys and girls, are all those conjunctions that are going to glue those two sentences together. Here are some examples of how fanboys can be used to join two sentences. Okay, these are great ideas. You can read through them. 4, her parents had talked to her as if she were an adult and played games with her as an equal for as long as she could remember. Every day was a happy day and every night was peaceful. Kitty had no idea where she was going to meet Mary Rose, nor how on earth she was to find her in such a gigantic place. I am still trying to break free, but the girls got me in a death grip. She could go to the movies with her best friend, or she could meet up with the girls from her new club. He knew that he shouldn't cheat on the test, yet he felt like he had no other option. Our parents were friends, so we would sometimes play together. So this is just examples of how you can use each of these fanboys to glue two sentences together, or two ideas. It turns those short, choppy sentences into longer sentences when you're writing. Here is just an example. This is to remind you that you need a sentence, a comma, a fanboy or a conjunction, and then another sentence after that. It says, remember, you're combining two complete sentences with a comma and a fanboy. Can't stress that enough. That's very important. Over here is a student's example. So he wrote out the fanboys. These are his choices. And he started with two complete sentences. So that's usually how you start. You find two complete sentences. So I am a creative child. My mind thinks of drawing. And then what he did was he decided which fanboy is he going to use to combine those two sentences. So if we look down here, he chose the fanboy and so he said, I am a creative child, comma, and my mind thinks of drawing. Here is where you're going to practice taking two complete sentences. We've already written them out for you. And you're going to use a comma and a fanboy to make them a compound sentence, to combine them together. We don't want these short, choppy sentences all throughout our writing. We want to combine them into one smooth sentence. So here's your structure up here. You're going to take one sentence. Then you're going to take this period off and put a comma. You're going to insert one of these fanboys, and we've put the fanboy here that we would like for you to use. And then you're going to insert your second sentence. Okay. These are your 4 sentences. You're just going to click right underneath them, and you're going to write your new sentence for us. Please use this conjunction or this fanboy. I know there are other ones that will go in those sentences, but we want you to use a variety of them and see how they work. So you're just rewriting the sentences to make them compound sentences. Combine these two short, choppy sentences into one. This is your assignment that you're going to complete for combining sentences. If you would like, now that you've worked on combining two sentences using a comma and a fanboy, you can apply this to your own writing. So you can go back to your writer's notebook or your draft, find 2 sentences that you might be able to combine. Okay. You do not need to rewrite your entire story. All you need to do is find those two sentences that you want to combine using a fanboy and a comma. You can create an additional sentence in your piece where you combine 2 sentences using a fanboy. So you can either write on another page. Don't rewrite your whole story. Okay. You can share that with us right here if you want to in this. Whoops. You can share that right here in this box for us. Well, I can't. I'm going to make sure that this is able for you to type into. So if you want to type your new sentence right here that you took out of your draft and made it a compound sentence, you can. These are other ways you can share. Okay, so we're not asking you to rewrite your draft at all. We just want you to find 2 sentences in your writing that you might be able to combine with the conjunction to make it a little bit longer sentence. And if you type it on here, then it's ready to be sent to us.